Hello, all of you vaingloriously wonderful people. This is the Benefactor Vorschlaghammer. I don't speak German, so get over it. And I'm about to find out if it'll off-road in the snow. We're back for week 2 out of 4 for this winter season in GTA Online. Of course, when this video goes live, we only have a few more days of snow remaining. Oh, hey, it's the Gooch. I think he attacked Sven. Yes, he attacked Sven. He and Hobo are both busy trying to take the Gooch down. But I'm just going to go ahead and get started, leave them behind. They'll catch up, especially with the way this run goes. They have plenty of time to catch up. Nearly went off right there. Overcooked it here. Yeah, this is essentially a German muscle car, so it is a little bit of a handful. And then I make mistakes, forgetting that this is the snow, and brake a little too late, and wind up going airborne over that little bump because I couldn't slow down in time. I forgot how I forgot that it's snowing, since I just spun out and nearly spun out seconds before that, and you know, everything all around me is white with snow. Yeah, I don't know how I managed to forget. Anyway, so yeah, only a few days left with the snow, but hopefully Wednesday evening, New Year's Eve, I'll be having a live stream that'll feature some GTA Online in the snow, with some racing, with the snowball fight deathmatch that I made, where the only weapon is snowballs, though I have included an extra weapon pickup for this year's festivities. We'll see how it goes. I put something in that fits with the festive theme, but then using the modifier sets in the death matches severely nerfed it. It should be a lot of fun. So on my Twitch channel, tune in New Year's Eve, probably around 6 p.m. Central Time, maybe earlier. Not really sure if it's going to start earlier in the day than that or not, but for sure I'll be live by 6 p.m. And we'll be having plenty of shenanigans in the snow. And then the day this goes live, so on Monday, yeah, okay, gotta get, internet time is weird because of YouTube. So the day this video goes live, we will have already recorded the other 4 vehicles that you are going to see next week and the week after next. Yeah, it gets, like I said, it gets confusing. It doesn't help the fact that I was probably recently traumatized by the Vorschlaghammer. I had a weird bug with this car. When I first called it in, it got... Oh, spun around. No, when I first called it in, it got hit by an NPC, and the taillight was cracked and the back window was shattered. So I quickly drove it down to Beaker's garage, got it repaired, and tried to drive back. And as I started driving back, the rear window just spontaneously shattered. So I thought, okay, well, that's weird. Went back in Beaker's, repaired it again, drove out, waited a second, and started to drive back to where we do Will It Off-Road, and it broke itself. Again, I eventually had to just return the car to storage and call it back from the mechanic to get it to not have a busted rear window for the start. I like my cars to be as pristine as possible when we start Will It Off-Road, so that's kind of why I went through the trouble. But I was talking about the live stream, talking about recording other Will It Off-Road in the snow videos, and I would like to invite you to join us on the Vainglorious Discord server. Link in the description down below. Probably, yeah, it's already appeared in the video by now, and it will probably appear again later and during our second vehicle. Oh, hiker down. Oh, and it looks like Sven got knocked out trying to take a hiker down. He's having issues back there. Okay, that was weird. But anyways, come hang out with us. Be part of the community. If you watch Will It Off-Road, you're already part of the Vainglorious community. You may as well make it official. And if you happen to own the game on the platform that we're playing on when we're recording a video or doing a live stream, you're welcome to join us. It's that easy. We would love to have you be part of it. And of course, also in the description down below is something that you definitely want to take advantage of for this video, because a lot of the things that are part of it happen in this video, and that's Will It Off-Road Bingo. You just click on generate a new card, and when you get there, things that happen in the video, bonk into a rock. You tap on it, and if you get bingo, you'll be our 6th ever winner. So trying a big push here, and of course these bushes, they're always a pain because it's a really narrow bit of the path, and cars that get stuck on them are going to struggle, but it's even worse in the snow because I'm pretty certain that some of the bushes are actually camouflaged, because like I hadn't quite hit anything when the front end started pulling to the left, at least in my view of things. It didn't look like I had, but gonna try another big push, going Jeremy Clarkson style with power and speed, and no, once again did not manage to get up. Gonna back up for one more try here real quick. You hear my mouse clicking because I'm bringing up the spreadsheet. You know, the Vorschlaghammer didn't do all that bad in the dry. We'll talk about its numbers here in a minute. For basically a muscle car, it did fine in the dry. But this snow, it just can't put its power down. But we are finally up. 5 minutes, 46 seconds. So, will it off-road? I mean, that's technically a yes, but that was not pleasant to try to accomplish at all. I'm going to apologize ahead of time. It's going to get a little bit dark in this scene. I thought we had more daylight left than we actually do. I'll do as much as I can through editing without everything getting all washed out. I'll gradually increase the exposure and decrease a few other things to try to keep it as bright as possible. But fair warning, by the end of this controlled descent, it is going to be pretty dark outside in the game. So let's talk stats for the Vorschlaghammer. Out of the 81 vehicles that we have tested, it is 61st. Way down there. Which is oof. It is 46.617 seconds slower than the Declasse Mamba, and it is 18.583 seconds faster than the Declasse Granger. In terms of the sedans that we have tested in the snow, there have been 4 of them, and this comes in next to last in 3rd place. It is 2 minutes, 16.383 seconds slower than the Lampadati Chincamilla, as I hit a rock. And in the 4th place sedan, the Regina, just DNF'd. No love for Dundry in that. In the dry conditions, this took 2 minutes, 51.567 seconds. So the run today was more than double that. 2 minutes, 54.983. So basically 2:55 slower in the snow than it was in the dry, which is just absolutely crazy. And going back down the mountain is not really proving to be that much easier. I spun out, nearly went off, and then correcting, getting back on course, and nearly spun out again. Went with too much speed here, was unable to stop it. Hobo was behind me shouting, don't stop, because I can't stop. So yeah, lots of calamities here. All 3 benefactors have struggled in some way or another, but it seems like the Sterling has been the one that's had the best luck of it all. But of course you can hear Hobo yell, get out of the way, I can't stop, as well as see a bunch of outtakes, including the great snowball launcher fight between Sven and I, and just some other shenanigans like the back window spontaneously breaking itself and all that, in a less edited and ad-free, 100% no ads version that I call the behind the scenes. That's what it is. You get to see a bunch of the outtakes and a bunch of the footage that doesn't make it right here to this video. And of course it features our Discord conversation instead of this commentary. If you head to the description down below, you can find out how you can become a channel supporter to gain access to those videos. We are down 3 minutes, 2 seconds, and instead of jumping over the side like Hobo usually does, he decided he needed to just slam into the back of my car. Actually, he hit something else and spun out. But we're back to the top for a damage descent where I just could not get any power down to get any kind of launch off that ramp. So kind of a miserable launch, and because of that, the other two are well ahead of me. I think I do eventually catch up. In fact, I think I wind up booting Spin out of the way with like what is the lightest of taps, but his car's so light and mine's so heavy, it's sending flying. I think it was in this car. I know it happened on one of the two cars that we did. But definitely tumbling and just sustaining a huge amount of damage, but that's what the damage assist's for. I mean, because let's face it, when you go up Mount Chiliad, when you try to come back down, unless you have done it hundreds of times, if you're trying to come down with any type of speed, you're going to screw it up and go flying off the mountain. So hey, we're here to do the science. We're here. Here's a hit. Look at that. I just barely tapped him and he just launched. We're here to do the research for you, the hard work to tell you this is how much damage your car will take if you too happen to fall off the side of the mountain. Yes. Well, Offroad is not for entertainment. It is a purely fact-driven, fact-finding endeavor. And anybody who thinks it's not a completely 100% serious effort to advance research in the finer points of off-roading in GTA Online, well, tut-tut to you. I don't even know what the fuck tut-tut means. Ooh, I dropped an F-bomb. Been a while since I did that. Anyways, coming down, trying to get over the woodpile. Almost. But, yeah, we're getting there. We're down 1 minute, 45 seconds. Let's take a look at the damage on the Vorschlaghammer. All of the windows are gone, along with most of the lights. The front bumper, the hood, and the fenders were left in a different zip code. The and the left front door. The doors in the trunk won't close. It has bent wheels, and there is a bit of body damage here and there. What's left of the body? There are sport vehicles. Sven wanted to get in with Hobo. I guess it looked warmer inside the G-Wagon. I don't know. But that's going to bring us to our next vehicle. The Declasse Yosemite, not Yosemite, Yosemite 1500. I do. I just absolutely lose it every time I hear one of the dumbasses on YouTube call it the Yosemite. Listen to this dumbass on YouTube and call it the Yosemite because that's how it's pronounced. Anyways, this should be much simpler. This is a really good off-roader in its own right. Its suspension is just right. It has enough give so that the bumps aren't jarring and send you flying up too much. At the same time, when you land, it's just soft enough that, or just stiff enough, I should say, that you don't bounce a whole lot on the landing either. So it's got just the right amount of travel and give in the suspension to make it a very stable truck. And speaking of, I gotta say, I agree with Bruffy. All trucks, all pickup trucks, every one of them, whether they're geared towards off-roading or not, really should have been just either in the utilities class or a pickups class. It's silly that trucks span what? Vans, muscle, off-road, SUVs, and utility. It's just dumb. That is just poor planning and lack of communication and proof that Rockstar is a wee bit too big. But this thing is absolutely fun to drive. I remember when it first came out, we did a live stream back, hey, look, when I still streamed regularly. I've got to get back into the habit of streaming regularly. It's just hard to get that schedule back down and find a time that works. But anyway, when this first came out, we did an off-road race just so I could drive it, and I really expected to like struggle against everyone else in the race, because when you drive this, it is just so put together that it's always drama-free, and because of that, you don't ever really get a sense of any real speed off-road. Hobo and I were both in them, and we just walked away from everybody else in that race. And it was a really challenging off-road course. Lots of hills, a lot of off-road sections, jumps, through some water, over dirt, over bushes and grass that, you know, can cause some vehicles some problems, and even some on-road sections. And these things just proved absolutely fantastic. And you could tell, we're just over 2 minutes, and we're already near the top of the mountain. So absolutely, absolutely phenomenal off-roader. And we're going to make the final turn in. A little trouble getting slowed down, and I was really worried about understeer while climbing, so I slowed down probably more than I needed to. But then this thing just climbs right up the side, and we are up 2 minutes, 42 seconds. So, will it off-road in the snow? Absolutely. Just, I mean, that was a effortless run up the mountain. Just no drama, no struggles to speak of, unlike Sven, who decided to take the scramjet. And you can see his icon still spinning as he was... We waited probably 3 or 4 minutes for him to try to use the rocket to get up here. He was originally in the gang burrito, and yeah, that didn't even make it up the first hill. So he switched to a different Declasse, and now he has a rocket car and a whole different set of problems. But at least it was entertaining watching him try to get to the top of the mountain. There he is. Then there at the left. Oh, almost he was blocking him, but I think we do see him go flying over us at one point here. Yeah, there he goes. That was spectacular. So let's talk numbers. Out of the 84 vehicles that we have tested, Ian, will it off-road in the snow? This is third. Very impressive. It is 11.53 seconds slower than the Declasse Sport, which that thing just rockets everywhere it goes off-road. And 1.3 seconds faster than the Declasse Walton L35. In terms of the off-road class this is in, it is second of 11 that we have tested. It is 11 point... Oh, sorry, we're looking at the wrong line. It is 21.467 seconds slower than the Declasse Dragger, however you say it, don't know. And the same split to the Declasse Walton L35. It's only about 15.5 seconds slower in dry conditions than it is in the snow, which, oh, hey, Hobo's having some problems. At least he honked to warn me he was incoming. By the way, that's Hobo's view up in the top left, if you haven't figured that out by now. Wow, he really did. He took a beating on that one. He was, I wasn't watching what he was doing. I was looking over at Notepad Plus. I've stopped using note cards. 2024 was the year I finally stopped writing things by hand for Will It Off-Road and actually started using a notepad app. It only took me 8 years. I think Will It Off-Road's been around 8 years. I don't know. I'd have to go back and look at it. I just like index cards. They're handy. They're just convenient. I wish I had them all. All the ones I ever did from Will It Off-Road. It'd be kind of cool. Just to like look back on them. Oh, hiker down and a 1 level, so I can't stay at the bottom very long. But yeah, this thing did absolutely phenomenal. It's 15.5 seconds slower than in the dry. That's well within the accepted range. Most vehicles are anywhere from 10 to 30 seconds slower in the snow. That's one way to clear the ramp. There we go. We'll still get some jumps in. Not the best from Hobo. You can't see it, but Sven actually went down to the beach. We'll see another great jump from Sven here at the end of our damage descent, which we're beginning now. And I actually managed to get a little bit of a launch on this one since it's all-wheel drive and able to put its power down a little bit better than the German muscle car that we were in earlier. Hobo and I are just going to like wrestle our way down. It's like watching two pigs in a blanket wrestle. God, what is that a quote from? Oh yeah, Steel Magnolias. Great 80s movie. It's a chick flick. There's nothing wrong with chick flicks. It's a good one. You should watch it. It's also a play. It was a play before it was a movie. And the play is just as good, if not better. Ooh, I thought I was stuck there for a second, but no, I was saying, I'm pretty sure I can get down on this. I remember being down at the bottom. A big boost from Sven's jet engine. He didn't go anywhere. He must have been wedged against the rock. I'm actually losing a lot of health coming down this mountain from all the hits. I think I went below half there very briefly. Once again, gonna wrestle a bit with Hobo, and I'm not sure who really came out better on that one. Probably neither one of us. Into the tunnel. Almost to thread the needle. I'm going to count it though because the wheels went up on the side. It's close enough. Whoop. Sven's got confused by which end was pointing which way. Because let's face it, it is kind of the same on the front and the back. I can see how he can make the mistake. Coming through the final tunnel, down the last little valley here, and then up and almost over the wood pile to get a kickflip from Hobo while in the air. And we are down 1 minute, 44 seconds. But we're going to sit here for a minute. First of all, there's a good amount of smoke coming out of Hobo's car, but for whatever reason, Sven decided to jump out of his car and then realized he didn't have a parachute. Well done, Sven. So, the damage on the Yosemite 1500, all the windows, most of the lights, the hood, the left fender, and the are missing. The front bumper was dangling, so it's pretty damaged. The doors of the tailgate won't close. It has bent wheels, and there is slight body damage. So, since Sven's vehicle went in the ocean just a minute ago, what's he going to show up for as a support vehicle? A CEO bike. Perfect. Hey, thank you so much for watching Will It Off-Road this week. We'll be back again next week. I don't know with what 2 cars, but it will be in the snow. There's a million things you could watch today on YouTube, and you chose to spend your time here with our goofy little off-roading snow adventure, and I sincerely appreciate that. Until next time, I'm Brandon, reminding you to stay vainglorious.